loss journey. I guess I'll tell you a little bit about my diet. Today, I'm getting a late start. I'm just now drinking my protein drink mixed with flaxseed, fiber, a couple of drops of soy milk, collagen, and creatine. Got it all in here. Last night, yesterday, I did eat the pea salad, and then later on, I did cook the lentil panini noodles with the leftover half pound of turkey sausage in a tomato sauce, and it was very good and filling. I only ate half of that, so I still have half of that. I still have some pea salad left. I can eat that later on. It's just been so hot, really hot. My temperature gauge says it's 97 degrees. I also made one of the pineapple flavored Jello, and then added the pineapple tidbits crushed to that Jello. So I'll have that to eat. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, because I got a refrigerator full of food. And as long as I'm willing to cook or, be creative in culinary arts, then, I won't have to worry about, not being able to eat. So I'm not worried about eating. I'm a little worried about breathing, but then not so much, because honestly, to think about having to hold on just for survival purposes in a world that shit ain't worth holding on to, like what? That don't make no sense to me. Just like it doesn't make any sense that, there's these people out here who hate their life. They absolutely hate their life. And yet, they hate change even more than the life that they're living that they hate. Like, retardos. All I can see, they got to be. Some kind of arrested development somewhere. So I mean, even with what we have going on right now, what I got ACDC on his t-shirt. You know, I'm just sitting here thinking that even the hospitals and doctors and stuff, they too are suffering economically because people can't afford health care. They can't afford health care. So they're probably understaffed too. Layoffs also. And it makes sense why a lot of the nurses were being laid off. I couldn't understand. Like, I thought nursing would definitely be a field that will always be, you know, that there will always be a need for nurses. Not if they ain't got no money. Not if they ain't got nobody, you know, that has, you know, medical coverage to even go get healed. I remember there was a time going to the emergency room was full no matter when you went. But I just passed the hospital and I'm telling you, it looked like they were closed. They looked like they were closed. So it looks like, you know, they've brought the gasoline pricing down because most of the gasoline was around $2.50 a gallon. Oh, I hate these allergies. it's not looking like progress for the majority of people. It's starting to look like just the opposite of progress. And they really could have avoided all of this after the pandemic. After the pandemic, they should have did a complete and entirely across the board reset. But they tried to hold on to as much as they could. And causing, an unfair distribution. Because you'll see how a lot of people who are intelligent, who are talented, who are under any other circumstances would have never lost their wealth or their livelihood, because they might have been the one that was, that went to work, rain or shine, dependable, but as a result of the pandemic, they ended up, losing everything. Their job, their home, their vehicle, and worse than just losing those possessions is not being able to write it off. Right? You couldn't write it off. You ended up with just bad credit. Right? And then, even trying to re-qualify for another home, and you find out that, you don't qualify for a simple 1 bedroom, because you need to make 3 or 4 times the amount of the monthly rental cost. Right? So what does that sound like? What does that look like? Well, what that looks like is, if you got an apartment, you're applying for an apartment that costs $1,500. Okay, you have to make 3 or 4 times that amount in order just to get into that 1 bedroom apartment. Oh, look at that delivery robot. A delivery robot downtown here. Then, if you're willing to ride a scooter, they got all of these scooters just waiting to be rented down here. I've seen like 20 scooters. tickets, that you had some of these artists were like, well, I'm canceling the show. It's not worth it, right? I bet you they won't be saying that nowadays. They'll be like, yeah, okay, I was really expecting to get more, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. I think that's part of the reason why they wanted so many people going back into the office, so they can support some of these commercial businesses and stuff that, you know, thrive off of people, you know, not having time to prepare for their lunch and you know, would just buy lunch out, or, you know, have dinner at the local restaurant, you know, to avoid the rush hour traffic. But, you know, people are changing their ways. They're like, they're not falling for the trap. They're not falling for the trap. At least not sensible people. And that's not saying a whole lot, because they got a lot of people that had no common sense. And I think Candida is a type of fungus. That can be deadly and contagious. Oh my goodness. All of these fake spiritualists. That is just crazy. It's like, what kind of spiritualist are you? An occultist? What? But I guess if you're an occultist, you wouldn't be fake. You'd just be wicked. Yeah, see? Without traffic and stuff, and speeding and carrying on, rushing from one light to the next light because people are pushing you, I got quite a bit of battery left over. get your dollars and live high on the hog while their people is suffering in poverty. They're not going to do it. Just like America wouldn't do it. Right? America's not going to let some foreigner come around here and buy up everything and create, gentrification as a result. They're not going to do it. I'm telling you, I don't know why I'm having a problem drinking this shake today. I suspect that even the most cleverest are starting to feel the economic decline. Partially because I can see the golf course, they can't afford to water their grass. There's a lot of people at Whole Food markets they want to be able to eat healthy and live a long life. But I don't see them coming out with cartfuls of stuff either. No. Can you believe we're only 4 months away from Christmas? 4 months. Whew. We can hurry up and get here. by fast enough. Yeah, I think the housing market is turning into a bust. Even though people need places to live, I'm still thinking it's turning into a bust because people just don't have the money. They need affordable housing. They don't need luxury housing. But they don't need a dump either. So one thing I'm really glad about is that I was able to take a slow ride around to downtown and back, and I didn't have one incident of anybody rushing me or tailgating me or almost hitting me. I was like, what? What? What's going on? Oh yeah, today is still part of the tax-free weekend. So they might be out shopping. They might be out shopping. I tell you, these men can't even ride a bike without being in full costume. inside and air conditioning. He'll be crying next month. Talking about can they get their electricity bill paid? Can you pay for my electricity bill? Can the taxpayers pay for the electricity bill? What taxpayers? Nobody wants to be a taxpayer anymore. They got rid of the middle class. They were the only ones willing to be taxpayers. The working folks. No. There ain't a lot of people down here either. Ain't a lot of people out on the lake or nothing. This is nice. Out here. Damn, them dudes got the shortest legs. Seen it this empty on the streets. Seen so many parking spaces available and nobody pushing me, tailgating me, getting upset that I ain't going fast enough. I love it. I love it. It kind of has that feeling about some of those videos that I had seen about China, you know, where people were recording how odd and how weird it felt, that they kept wondering, where did everybody go? What happened? Like, normally these streets are, you know, bustling with people. it's a bad thing, but that it's just so eerie, so weird, so unusual. That it feels like something's wrong. Like something's not normal. Normal doesn't mean it necessarily has to be good. It's just the way that it's been normal. It's not the way that it's been. And even though it's Sunday, these people ain't at church. No, they're not. Not at 5:30. Definitely starting to pick up on the traffic now over here. 40? What? Okay, it's confirmed. The most traffic that I've seen all day on my little excursion have been up here near the mall area, where there's actually a traffic jam. So there are people, you know, doing their school shopping, I suppose, or just taking advantage of the tax-free day. And yeah. Oh yeah. They're over here at the mall. They're over here at these shoppers over here trying to buy some clothes. I'm telling you, it was an eerie feeling. Eerie. What happened to all the people? They out here shopping. They out here shopping. And it's so hard, I'm telling you. It was hard to shop for the school year in 100-degree weather. It's hard to shop for clothing when it's 100 degrees out here. Either that or the east side. The east side hasn't been hit. Now, one thing I will say is whenever you go to a place to live based off of being pushed out economically, and you're going to need to go to another place, it's going to be really hard to get out of that. Like when I went from California to Texas, because Texas had a lower cost of living, yes, it was great, you know, to go someplace that had a lower cost of living, but it's like hard to get out of Texas to go someplace where you can live, because now, you know, your cost of living has been lowered, and if you try to go and move someplace that has a higher cost of living, you're just not going to be able to do it. You're just not. You know, now, if, you know, by the grace of God, you know, you're able to be a digital nomad and just go wherever you want to go, that's different. That's like a blessing, for sure. But I can't go back to California because California, you know, their one bedrooms are way higher than they are here. Even though here it's like, you know, 1,300 to 1,500 for a reasonable one bedroom. Over there, you're going to be looking at 2,000. Over there, you know, you're going to be looking at, you know, requiring a 6-figure annual income. just to have your head above water, just to be comfortable. And it's almost like that here too, but yeah, it ain't got that. It hasn't got like that yet. Although it is on the increase. So if you go to like a country where the cost of living is lower, and you go and you live there, and then you build your life based off of that type of income and that type of money, it's going to be hard for you to come back to the States if you can at all. I'm not saying that you can't come back to the States and live with family and friends and stuff like that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's going to be hard to get yourself established right away, if at all. I know even a lot of people have went abroad to study, only to find out that the school that they attended, isn't accredited in the States in the same way that it may have been where they went.